change your situation. People who succeed in life aren't the ones who never struggle. They're the ones who learn how to keep going despite the struggle. They know that wasting energy on what they can't control is a losing game, so they put all their focus into what they can do, how they can grow, and where they can take action. The moment you stop giving your energy to things outside of your power and start directing it toward what you can actually change, you'll realize just how much control you really have over your own life. Everything in life comes down to what you choose to feed. Your energy is like a garden. Whatever you water is what's going to grow. If you keep feeding your doubts, your fears, and your insecurities, they will take over your mind, and before you know it, they will dictate your decisions, your actions, and ultimately your future. But if you make the conscious choice to feed your dreams, your confidence, and your belief in yourself, then that is what will grow, and that is what will shape your reality. The problem most people have is that they give too much attention to the negative. They wake up thinking about what could go wrong. They hesitate to take a step forward because they're afraid of failure. They let their past mistakes define them, replaying old fears over and over in their minds until those fears become stronger than their faith. The more they dwell on the negative, the more it expands until it becomes all they see. And then they wonder why nothing in their life is changing. Your thoughts are powerful. The way you speak to yourself matters. Every time you tell yourself you can't do something, that you're not good enough, that you're not capable, you're planting seeds of doubt that will take root in your mind. And once they root it, they are hard to pull out. But the same is true for the positive. If you tell yourself that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you have what it takes, then that belief starts to grow. And when that belief gets strong enough, nothing can stop you. A lot of people think success is about luck, about circumstances, about opportunities being handed to them. But the truth is, success is about mindset. It's about whether or not you believe you can do something. People who win don't win because they never fail. They win because they don't let failure define them. They don't dwell on the setbacks, the struggles, or the obstacles. They feed their dreams, not their doubts. They focus on what's possible instead of what's in their way. If you want to change your life, you have to start by changing what you feed. You can't keep watering fear and expect confidence to grow. You can't keep feeding doubt and expect success to show up. You have to be intentional about where your energy goes. That means catching yourself when negative thoughts creep in and replacing them with something better. It means surrounding yourself with people who uplift and inspire you instead of those who bring you down. It means making the choice every single day to focus on what you want instead of what you're afraid of. The difference between people who stay stuck and people who move forward is not talent, not resources, not luck. It's whether they let their fears take over or whether they push past them and keep going. Every day you have a choice. Feed your dreams or feed your doubts. The one you give the most energy to is the one that will grow. Life is going to test you. That's just the way it is. There's no way around it, no shortcut to avoid it. No matter how smart you are, how talented you are, how good of a person you are, challenges will come. You will face moments that make you question everything. You will deal with setbacks that feel unfair. You will have days where nothing seems to go right and you start wondering if you even have what it takes to keep going. But what separates people who make it from those who don't is how they handle those tests. Some people let life's challenges break them. The first sign of trouble, they start doubting themselves. A little rejection and they give up. One failure and they start thinking, maybe success isn't meant for them. They take every struggle personally like the world is out to get them. But the truth is, life isn't picking on anybody. Struggles don't come to stop you, they come to strengthen you. Every obstacle is a chance to build resilience. Every setback is an opportunity to learn something new. Every time something doesn't go your way, it's a test to see how bad you really want it. When life gets hard, you have two choices. You can either let it defeat you or you can push through. And pushing through doesn't mean you won't feel the pain, the frustration, or the disappointment. It just means you don't let those emotions stop you. You might get knocked down, but you get back up. You might get rejected, but you keep trying. You might fail, but you use that failure as fuel to come back stronger. Because that's what winners do. They don't let their struggles define them. They use them to grow. Every successful person you see today has been through something. They've been told no. They've been laughed at. They've lost money, lost friends, lost confidence at times. But the reason they're successful is because they didn't quit when it got tough. They pushed through when it would have been easier to give up. They kept going when nothing made sense. They believed in themselves when no one else did, and eventually their persistence paid off. A lot of people think life is supposed to be easy, that if something is meant for them, it'll just fall into place without resistance. But that's not how it works. The greater the goal, the greater the test. The bigger the dream, the harder the climb. And the only way to make it to the top is to keep moving, no matter how difficult the journey gets. The moment things start getting tough, that's not the time to back down. That's the time to push even harder. That's the moment that separates those who only talk about success from those who actually achieve it. Because when you refuse to quit, when you keep pushing despite the odds, that's when life finally starts to open up for you. Moving with purpose changes everything. When you know where you're going and why, you stop wasting time on things that don't serve you. You stop entertaining distractions, meaningless conversations, and people who drain your energy. You stop second-guessing yourself, waiting for approval or looking for permission. You start walking like you belong in every room you step into. You start carrying yourself like you are already the person you're working to become. Most people go through life just drifting. They wake up with no real plan, no clear vision, just reacting to whatever comes their way. They let circumstances dictate their mood, let other people's opinions shape their decisions, and let fear keep them in the same place year after year. But when you move with purpose, you take control. You decide what matters. You choose where your energy goes. You stop living on accident and start living on purpose. Having purpose means you're intentional about everything you do. You don't waste time complaining because you're too busy making things happen. You don't entertain negativity because you understand how valuable your energy is. You don't chase people who don't see your worth because you know exactly what you bring to the table. You don't let failure define you because you're too focused on the bigger picture. You walk with confidence, knowing that every step you take is leading you closer to where you're meant to be. When you move with purpose, people can feel it. They can see it in the way you talk, the way you work, the way you carry yourself. You don't have to announce it. Your energy speaks for itself. Opportunities start coming your way because you are aligned with your goals. The right people start showing up because they recognize your vision. Doors that once seemed closed suddenly start opening because you are moving with clarity and direction. Distractions lose their power when you have a strong sense of purpose. The things that used to bother you don't affect you the same way because you realize they don't matter in the bigger scheme of things. You stop wasting time proving yourself to people who were never meant to understand your journey. You stop worrying about temporary setbacks because you know they don't define your